Almost. It'll say live. Hi, I'm Adrianne Moore, and I'm here with Mary Bigbull Lewis, and we are going to just talk a little bit about the experience of folks who are being affected by fires in Okanagan County. Mary has been center to some of the relief efforts that have been happening in Okanagan County as a member of the Colville tribe and as someone who just cares deeply about Okanagan County and this community. Mary, can you introduce yourself a little bit and tell us what you're doing?
Yeah, so my name's Mary Bigbull Lewis. Like Adrianne said, that I am a member of the Colville Confederated Tribe of the Wenatchee, Moses, and Inuit bands, and a descendant of the Blackfoot tribe in Canada. I'm located here in Wenatchee, Washington, and when we heard about the fires happening up on the reservation, the Colville Reservation, we started to collect donations immediately. So I own and operate two small businesses here in town. One of them is Wenatchee Wear. It's a indigenous clothing brand that's focusing on creating awareness and empowering indigenous peoples through authentic threads. And then we also have a graphic design business. And so we have a shop that we're just collecting donations and letting people bring them here. We're only accepting new items due to COVID. We're trying to keep that risk down. I don't know if a lot of people know that Native Americans have a high risk of diabetes and heart disease. So that puts them at a high risk for COVID. So we're trying to keep everybody as safe as possible.
Thanks, Mary. I went down to Brewster today and met with some of the folks who are organizing relief efforts there. And I think, there's been a lot of communities that have been affected by these fires. They are all the way from close to Omak or from the east of Omak all the way south past the river there and into Grant County. So much of Okanagan County has been affected. And after the 2014-15 wildfires that burned down lots of homes across Okanagan County, I helped stand up the fire recovery effort. And one of the things that we learned, I spent 2 years operating a disaster case management program. And one of the things we learned is twofold. One, it can be really hard to know how to help and that our community wants to help, but it's hard to know how to do the right thing and how to plug in. So I'm wondering if you could talk a little bit about what you are hoping people can show up and support, and then who's been affected, who are the people that you are meeting with, that you are your friends and family that you are helping to, serve and sort of center relief efforts on right now.
Yeah. So initially, I just started collecting donations and wanted to collaborate with like-minded people. And I was fortunate to come across a indigenous nonprofit called the River Warrior Society. So they focus on setting up things like with the Spokane tribe. They just went and did a paddle recently with them. And Faith and her husband Robert are the points of contact, and they're on the ground. They're doing the running. They are getting donations. They're figuring out what's needed where. The Colville Reservation is in north central Washington, and it consists of 4 districts. So each district has a different council and person that's representing it. So trying to collaborate with each one of those specifically to figure out what's needed. So we put together lists of items needed each day. And so we're trying to find the community centers that are open. Initially, we were going to take the first run up to the Omak Community Center, but they were closed because the fire was right behind them. So they couldn't open up Monday night. So we ended up taking our donations 4 vehicle loads to Cooley Dam and met with Faith and her husband. And Dan, who's with the Young Warrior Society, had some volunteers there too. So everybody that's on the ground right now are volunteers. A lot of organizations, larger ones, are not accepting donations due to COVID. But we need to get resources to people immediately that need water, that need food, that need socks, blankets, anything. So we're doing it the best that we can. I have also set up a PayPal account for people to send funds directly to. That way, there's people that have been evacuated here in Wenatchee that are staying at the hotels that I've been able to contact and get them gift cards, because they have a family of 6 that are here, 4 small children. I've met with several families that are here. They only have a certain number of clothes that they could grab. They're washing their clothes in the tubs at the hotel because they don't have anything else. They don't have gas money. They don't know who to contact, who to get resources from. Where do I get food? How am I going to get home? So I'm putting up to everybody that gives them my phone number. I have resources. I'm getting the cards and everything to them directly. That way they can go buy the sizes that they need. If we take in a bunch of small socks, that doesn't do good for the people that need large socks. So we've done that. And then yesterday we took 2 carloads up to OMAC, to the community center. And that included 700 pairs of brand new socks that were donated by Shanae from the Westside High School here in town. And it was socks. So they help homeless. They're high quality socks, like the highest quality that you can get. And they donated those. She just brought us another 500 pairs tonight. So we went out and met with families that saw their houses where they used to be burnt down. Met a single father that has 4 young girls that lost everything. They don't have anything. They don't have homeowners insurance. It's a different way of living on the reservation. It's not like living here in Wenatchee Valley. There's a lot of bureaucracy with getting the land transferred from the original landowners to the current people that are living there. This particular land was waiting for 20 years to be transferred and never got done. So he could not get homeowners insurance, even if he wanted to. So we were able to give them gift cards to Walmart so they could go purchase his daughter some clothes, to purchase some food. We had a ton of food donated, non-perishable items, some bread. It's just been really overwhelming, and to go up there and see the devastation that has happened. And then on the way back home, we saw the Brewster fire that picked up last night. And we've sent carloads to the Bridgeport Brewster area to donate water. It's just been really devastating. And this is going to be a continued effort that we need community support from for a long time. Even when the fires are out, these families still don't have a place to go.
Yeah. When we were setting up fire recovery, we estimated that it would take at least 2 years for each family to get back on their feet. And that's just the beginning. That's not the end of their journey towards recovery. And most people are, when they see the fires in their backyard, it's so easy to know that there's a need and want to give, but the need lasts for a long time. And if we don't make sure that each and every person in our community recovers, not only will we all be affected, but as a community, I don't think that's who we want to be. I've worked on the Colville Reservation, on the Colville Confederated Tribes. And one of the things that I think is important for folks to realize is that disaster may affect everybody, but it doesn't affect everybody the same. And so when you're looking at families who have already been struggling, who have experienced health inequities, housing inequities, economic inequities for generations and in their own lives, these are going to, these are our neighbors, these are our friends, these are our family, and these are the people that we need to be stepping up and providing extra support for now and, for years to come. And it's going to take a concerted effort. One of the things that we learned in the fire recovery world was there's the first disaster and then there's the many small disasters afterwards. And one of the things that we started to learn is that stuff is nice. And I so appreciate people giving from their homes and giving, going to the store and buying things. But the most important thing to give right now is financial resources. People know what they need better than we do. And when we show up, as you say, with small socks, when they need large socks, we're not helping anybody. So I really encourage people who want to give. I know it feels so good to give things, but people can buy the things they need. If we give the $30 we would spend on underwear or socks to, the nonprofit that Mary was just talking about, or to Wenatchee Wear, and Mary will make sure it gets to the right place. We'll put all those links in in a comment below so people can find the right place to give. But I know from my experience and from working with families that that's the most important thing we can do right now, is show up with financial resources. And there are, we are all being affected by the smoke, we're all being affected by the fires, but it is so true that some people's experience of having a house burned down is just going to be cataclysmically different than other people's experience. And it's our job as a community to show up for those folks right now. Mary, I bet you're exhausted. I know you have a family, and I'm overwhelmed by gratitude as someone who, after the 2014-15 fires, I spent days and nights with my son sleeping underneath my desk because they affected my people and my family and my neighbors. And I called people across the country to try to figure out how we stood up fire recovery efforts, and spent months and months working day and night trying to make sure that my community had the resources they needed. So I know what it feels like, and I'm so appreciative to you. And I send out my love to your family and your friends, and know that it's more than thoughts that we need right now. It's action, and the action that we can do is to continue to show up in the way that people ask, not the way we want to show up, but the way that people are asking us to show up. That's the way that we can support our community and our neighbors in this time. And we have such a kind, giving, thoughtful community. We really do. And I am so confident that people want to give right now. So Mary, thank you for being a place that people can give to. And thanks for helping us all be aware of the issues and the struggles so that we can show up in the way that you need. Anything else you want to share tonight, Mary?
I guess one of the other important things is that we have a lot of visitors here in the Valley. We have a lot of, but they're not visitors. These are First Nations peoples and peoples whose ancestors were the original stewards here. They're not guests. They've always been welcomed here. And I just want everybody to recognize that we need to be kind. We need to show them support. Their worlds were turned upside down. Their kids, young kids don't know or understand what's happening. It's really tough. I've heard some stories from some of the guests or the people that are staying in the hotels, and they weren't treated very nicely. And that makes me a little sad because this is original Wenatchee tribe homelands, was the homelands, and they're always welcome here. Any Indigenous people, anybody's welcome here. And so we need to be kind and just treat everybody with respect. And I've seen nothing but an outpouring of love. And it makes me really happy, but I also know there's a lot of work left to do. And I hope that what we're doing is helping. I know it is, but it doesn't seem like enough because we have a huge road ahead to help. And like you said, the best way to give right now is monetary. I know there's larger organizations that are taking donations as well, but I know that the ones that we're posting are verified tribal members that are on the ground running and getting things done. We are connected with the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women of Washington State. They are stepping up huge. We have people traveling from Olympia, from Portland, from Spokane, everywhere. We're talking with them in the morning to see what they are going to bring, how much they're going to bring, and where they need to take it to. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that has contributed. It's been amazing to see how much support we have here. The first morning that I posted my phone number, people were like, "Are you sure you want your phone number on there?" And I said, yes, they can call me. I got a call within 10 minutes and he said, "Can I bring you cash?" I said, yes. So, I just want to say thank you to everybody that is out there helping. And thank you for taking a run to Bridgeport and seeing some of the efforts and the devastation. Like I said, I shared some photos because I want people to understand how bad it is there. And there's still hot spots. There's still things burning. We have to come together. I know the Colville tribe is taking monetary donations as well. So if you're more comfortable giving there, please just give it directly to the tribe. That way we can help the people that need it the most.
That's great. Yeah, I think some of those larger organizations are so important, but they're not often as quick as people on the ground are, and they don't know their community as well. And we have to really trust the people who are from this community and know this community to, to be the people who are going to lead right now. So I really, too, encourage folks to give to the people who are part of this community and who are on the ground right now, making sure that the families have what they need. So thank you, Mary. I am so grateful that you wanted to take a minute to talk about this and for the work that you're doing. And we'll stay really close, and I'll make sure to keep posting and sharing all of Mary's stuff so that everybody out there can stay connected to how to be of service right now, because I know that's what we all want to be. So thanks so much. Have a good night. I hope you get some rest and get to spend time with your family. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.